I hate to even put this out there, the elephant in the room, because it hasn't happened yet, because this could very well not happen. But I do have some concern if Kenny Pickett were to get a third concussion in a single season. I have concerns there. I'm just going to leave that at that. And again, there's a possibility Kenny Pickett could play the next 10, 15, 20 years and not have a concussion. But it is a concern that I have. And it's something that, again, it's kind of the elephant in the room. And I can't help but wonder.
Yeah, you should, Mark. What's going down with these quarterbacks? They're really not getting hit to be concussed. They're getting slammed to be concussed. Their heads are hitting the grass or turf to get concussed, and it just raised a lot of questions on the helmets. You know, just rewinding when we were playing football, how we were hitting. Yeah, the helmets were a little bit heavier, and you really saw somebody get concussed because it was a helmet to helmet hit. But to see, these guys, helmets tapping the ground, getting concussed, or a shoulder pad even coming at a full force, getting concussed, it kind of raised some question marks. But what I do like about the NFL nowadays, especially about with the tour incident, we all have our understanding and our opinions on that situation. 2 games, less than 5 days. It brings a lot of awareness, and player safety has to be even heightened. Sometimes you have to police the player, because the player gonna play whether he want to play or not. Whether you clear him or whether you don't clear him, he gonna want to play. And I took my hat off to again Riverboat Ryan, the Washington Commanders head coach, for not allowing Chase Young to hop out there as much as he want to. He said, "No, I'm more concerned about your safety and your health than getting on the field and helping us win." And that comes from a coach who played in this league, so he totally understands. So other coaches, they just might want to win. They might not have that kind of understanding, but I will forever tip my hat off to Coach Riverboat Ryan when it comes down to understanding players' health. For Pickett, he passed all the qualifications. He passed all the tests. If he's playing this weekend, we talked about Pickett learning how to scramble. Now it's time for Pickett to learn how to slide. Go it on and make that executive decision. If you feel like somebody's coming down the pipeline, duck. Give me a Peyton Manning all day. Because I remember Peyton and Eli, if they felt like somebody was coming down the pipeline, they'll go it on, fall on the ground. And you can call them what you want to call them. By the end of the day, call them smart, because they played as long as they played for a reason and been successful as long as they've been successful for a reason. They ain't taking them hits. We're going to make all the throws we need to make. I will adjust pre-snap. So say when you talk about the Mannings, before I take a dang hit coming from one of y'all linebackers or defensive linemen. So, but yeah, that's all Pickett need to do. I think the NFL, since the Tua situation, they had to heighten their awareness on what's going on with this player safety, and they got to understand now, man. I don't care if the doctor do clear you. By the end of the day, the coach still have the green light to say he can play or not. So I'm liking where Pittsburgh is going with this. But yeah, Kenny is playing. When Kenny plays, Kenny gives the Pittsburgh Steelers a better option on winning the ball game. I mean, it's just obvious. You're just starting to see that the last 3-4 games. He's turning into what we think he should be.
I'm with you there, Ike. No more fake slides either. It worked at Pitt in college. No fake slides. But
no fake slide.
Ike, I can't help but wonder too. So Trubisky's under contract for the 2023 season. Mason Rudolph is likely gone. Right. How the Steelers address the quarterback position. It's something I've got my eye on, whether it's, do you do that through the draft? Do you pick up someone in free agency? Do you bring someone back like maybe a Josh Dobbs? It's something I'm keeping an eye on. And again, that comes with prefacing the fact of you got to keep Kenny Pickett healthy. And I'm on record saying this, and I'll say it yet again. I'd love to see the Steelers get a bodyguard for Kenny Pickett to say, hey, this is the lineman you're going to be paired with for the next decade plus. That's where I land with that. So he's got to do some things to protect himself, no doubt. But for me, a successful rest of the season was let's keep Kenny Pickett healthy out there, because I want to see what he can do. And Ike, it's things that don't show up in the stat sheet. I look at that Atlanta game and the clock management late in the game and the decision-making to keep the ball in bounds, to slide, to avoid turnovers, to avoid taking a hit on your throwing shoulder, to pin the Falcons deep in their own territory with less than 40 seconds left, and they've got to go the full length of the field to get a field goal. It's the small things that don't show up in a stat sheet, but it's the difference between winning and losing at the quarterback position. It's not the flashy throws, but it's marginal, but it's the difference between winning and losing in this league.
Yeah, winning for a quarterback, especially a franchise quarterback, winning is staying healthy. So at all costs, you know. If he was a Josh Allen 2-something and some change, 6'5", 250, then maybe he might can play a little reckless. But there's only one Josh Allen in the league, so protect yourself. And right now, just with this transition going from college to the first year in the pros, we definitely need you, Kenny. So protect yourself.
Yeah, and it's going to be frigid, Ike, too, because around 8 degrees with the wind chill at -4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were just there in Pittsburgh, too, Ike. You played there for 12 years, too. So.
I left just in time because I think now it's 2 feet of snow that came down in less than 15 hours.
My brother in Kansas City, Ike, I just have to mention this. He said it's the coldest temperature of his life since the polar vortex. I think that was back in 2014. You remember the polar vortex?
Oh, yeah, it's real out there. It's real out there, man. Hey, Mark, it's real out there, bro. It's real, bro.